This perfectly normal-looking man is actually a spaceship, controlled by aliens small enough to fit inside his head. Every smile, step, and painfully awkward human interaction is part of their mission to steal Earth's ocean salt. Their planet-saving device has already crashed into a kid's fish tank. The kid has no idea what it can do. Josh Morrison is looking through his telescope when the orb shoots through his bedroom window. It misses him by inches, bounces around the room, and lands in his fishbowl. This is already a rough night for the fish. His mother, Gina, rushes in after hearing the crash. Josh explains that something flew in from space, but she sees a tired kid with an active imagination. She tells him to leave it alone and go to bed. The moment she leaves, the orb pulls every drop of water into itself, creating a tiny whirlpool before the bowl goes dry. Josh keeps the strange object. For the next 3 months, it remains in New York while the people who launched it continue traveling toward Earth. Their arrival is impossible to miss. A fireball crashes beside the Statue of Liberty, leaving a deep hole in the ground. Out of it steps a man in a spotless white suit. His body and clothes repair themselves. He walks away as if falling from space was only a minor inconvenience. The stranger reaches a nearby boat and gets his first close look at humans. A woman smiles at him. He studies her face and attempts to copy it, but the result looks less friendly and more like his cheeks are receiving separate instructions. For this visitor, crossing the galaxy was easier than smiling. At a police station, officers Dooley and Knox are assigned to investigate the fireball. Knox expects another boring call. Dooley is already hoping for aliens. Neither realizes that their meteor has put on a tie and joined morning traffic. The man studies New Yorkers by copying whatever they do. He walks into the middle of a family's photograph and joins them without being invited. Moments later, he becomes fascinated by a toy blowing soap bubbles. In New York, his behavior is strange, but not quite strange enough to stop the sidewalk. That changes at a crosswalk. He does not understand the stop signal and walks straight into traffic. Gina hits him with her car and sends him flying across the street. She rushes over in horror and finds both of his legs bent at impossible angles. Before she can call for help, the legs snap back into place. He stands, feels no pain, and calmly walks away. Gina is left wondering what kind of man treats two broken legs like wrinkled pants. Inside his body, the situation is far less calm. Crew members have been thrown across their stations, warning lights are flashing, and repair teams are racing toward the damaged legs. The man is not wearing a spaceship. The man is the spaceship. A crew of miniature humanoid aliens operates him from the inside. Their command deck sits inside his head, and every section of the body functions like part of a giant machine. Their uniforms display numbers instead of names. The leader is the captain, whose own face was used to design the ship. Number 2 is his second in command, while number 3 studies human culture. Walking, talking, blinking, and smiling all require separate controls. That explains why their advanced spacecraft sometimes moves like a department store mannequin, learning to use knees. The captain orders repairs and reminds everyone of the mission. Their home planet, Neil, is running out of energy. Ocean salt can save it, so they launched an orb designed to pull salt from Earth's water. They only need to recover the device and place it in the ocean. The fact that this could ruin Earth has never bothered them. Luckily, the damaged ship is standing in an alley beside Josh's building. Josh spots the strange man through his window and brings Gina outside. She recognizes the person she hit and apologizes again. The crew prepares for its first real conversation with a human. The captain activates the speaker, but the volume is high enough to make Gina and Josh cover their ears. Number 3 quickly lowers it. Their first diplomatic contact nearly ends because someone forgot the volume control. Once the sound is fixed, the stranger accepts Gina's apology. She still feels guilty and invites him upstairs for a drink. At the apartment, she asks his name. The captain has absolutely no answer prepared. Number 3 searches for common Earth names, and the ship introduces itself as Dave. During the conversation, the crew notices a photograph of Josh holding the missing orb. Their 3-month search has just been solved by a family picture. Dave abruptly says goodbye and heads for Josh's school. Gina finds the exit confusing, but the crew cannot stop to explain that her guest is chasing an ocean-draining metal ball. The white suit attracts too much attention, so the captain takes Dave into a clothing store. Changing a shirt should be simple. It is not. Dave traps his arms, twists in the wrong directions, and knocks merchandise around while the crew fights the fabric from inside. A clerk finally rescues him and selects casual clothes. Paying is the next challenge. The crew scans real money, manufactures perfect copies, and delivers them through Dave's rear exit. Apparently, even highly advanced aliens cannot escape the awkwardness of paying in cash. At school, Dave finds Josh, but not the orb. A bully has taken it and already left. Josh knows where the boy usually goes, so the two head to a nearby store. Their search produces no bully, but it does produce two armed robbers. Only a short time earlier, Josh had been playing with the orb in class. The bully noticed the strange object, grabbed it from him, and walked off with it. By the time Dave arrives, the device his crew needs is sitting in that bully's pocket. The criminals order everyone onto the floor. Every customer obeys except Dave, who has not yet learned that a gun means the conversation is over. One robber tries to punch him. He has unknowingly chosen the worst possible man in New York to hit. Number 2 immediately wants the robbers punished. The captain does not need much convincing once the first man attacks. Their search for the orb briefly becomes an unauthorized demonstration of alien engineering. Dave catches the fist, lifts the robber, and throws him into a stack of soft drinks. The other man points a revolver at him. Dave crushes the barrel between two fingers and tosses the weapon away. Both criminals run. Josh now sees Dave as a superhero in comfortable pants. Since they still need to find the orb, he offers him a place to stay. Number 2 hates the idea, but the captain accepts. Josh remains their best guide, and the crew has already learned that saying no to this family rarely ends the conversation. At the apartment, Josh watches Dave play a video game with one hand and becomes even more impressed. Gina returns and learns that Dave stopped the robbery. Grateful that he protected her son, she invites him to dinner. Across town, Dooley and Knox examine the Statue of Liberty impact site. They make a plaster cast of the hole and uncover something meteorites do not usually have: cheekbones. The impression is a perfect human face. Dooley finally has proof that his fireball walked away. During dinner, Dave notices one of Gina's heart paintings. She explains that it represents love, an emotion humans value more than almost anything. The crew understands the definition, but not why it matters. On Nil, feelings are less useful than fuel reports. Gina believes Dave will understand once he experiences love himself. The idea stays with the captain and number 3. They have already begun reacting to each other differently, although neither wants to admit that Earth may be changing them. Dave leaves to power down for the night and lies near a homeless man. The stranger owns almost nothing, yet he offers to share his only blanket. For once, the crew has no sarcastic report to make. A man with no reason to help them has chosen kindness anyway. Most of the ship enters sleep mode. The captain and number 3 remain awake to watch an old human movie, It's a Wonderful Life. By the end, both are emotional and sitting much closer together. They catch themselves, pull apart, and pretend an old Christmas movie did not almost derail an interplanetary mission. The next morning, Dooley shows the face-shaped cast to his department. His superior dismisses the alien theory, and Knox still thinks his partner needs a hobby. Dooley refuses to quit. He publishes a sketch of the mystery man and asks the city to help find him. Inside Dave, the crew receives a more urgent warning. Only 12 hours of power remain. Without the orb, they may never return to Neil. The captain orders everyone to focus just as Gina and Josh invite Dave to spend the day at an amusement park. They go because Josh can still lead them to the bully. The plan immediately turns into a hot dog eating contest. Dave can process food like a conveyor belt, so the other contestants never stand a chance. The crew works at full speed while the crowd watches one man inhale lunch for an entire stadium. Dave wins a large teddy bear. Number 3 encourages the captain to give it to Gina. The gift has no strategic value, produces no energy, and still makes her happier than anything he has done all day. The captain is beginning to understand why humans make inefficient choices. The bully finally appears and starts pushing Josh around again. Josh finds the courage to demand the orb back. When the boy tries to attack him, Dave catches his arm and holds him upside down. The orb falls from his pocket, turning a schoolyard problem into a successful alien recovery mission. Dave lowers the bully and warns him to leave Josh alone. Number 2 wants to depart immediately, but Gina and Josh ask Dave to stay. The captain agrees to spend a little more time with them. To number 2, this is no longer research. His leader is forgetting which planet they came to save. At a carnival booth, Dave tries to knock down bottles with a baseball. His first throw is too gentle and misses. The captain corrects by using far too much power. The ball tears through the target, rebounds from behind the booth, and hits Dave squarely in the forehead. The entire ship shuts down. Dave wakes in a hospital where the doctors cannot find a heartbeat. They use a defibrillator, believing they are restarting his heart. Inside, each shock lights up another section of the spacecraft. Human medicine has accidentally become an alien charging station. Dave sits up with a fully restored power supply. Gina and Josh are relieved while the doctors are left with several new questions. Before leaving, the captain has Dave invite them to dinner. Number 2 finally confronts him. They have recovered the orb and recharged the ship, yet the captain keeps delaying the mission for humans. The argument ends with number 2 being removed from the command deck. He walks away angry enough to turn disagreement into mutiny. The captain chooses a Cuban restaurant for dinner. As Dave, Gina, and Josh leave the hospital, a nurse recognizes him from Dooley's newspaper sketch. While they head out for a pleasant evening, morning, she quietly gives the police their first useful address. At the restaurant, Dave tries human food while the crew monitors every bite from inside. For once, the mission feels less like field research and more like a night off. Gina soon leads him onto the dance floor, where that relaxed feeling disappears. The captain attempts to control Dave's body himself. Every arm, leg, and hip seems to be following a different song. Number 4 finally takes the controls and shows the command deck how it is done. Dave goes from malfunctioning appliance to the best dancer in the room within seconds. Gina is delighted, and the captain enjoys seeing her happy. Number 2 watches from below with a very different expression. To him, their leader is dancing while Neil runs out of time. He begins recruiting crew members who believe the captain has become too attached to Earth. The evening ends when Dooley and Knox arrive. They recognize the man from the Impact cast and place him under arrest. Gina and Josh can only watch as their strange new friend is taken away. At the station, the officers sit Dave in an interrogation room and demand to know who he is. The captain tries to keep the ship calm. Before he can decide how much to reveal, Number 2 and his followers enter the command deck carrying weapons. The captain orders them to stand down, but the mutineers overpower him. Number 2 takes the central chair and declares himself the new captain. The real captain is dragged away, and the crew members who disagree are forced to obey. Outside, Knox grows tired of Dave's stiff answers and pulls Dooley into the hallway. They debate what to do with a suspect who fell from space and does not seem bothered by handcuffs. Inside Dave, Number 2 makes his first decision as commander. He declares that humans are now the enemy. To escape, he activates the proton weapon hidden in Dave's finger. Dave points at the wall and fires an energy blast through it, turning a police interview into a very short demolition project. Officers open fire. The white suit generates a protective shield, and every bullet stops harmlessly around Dave. He walks toward the fire exit while the station erupts in panic. Dooley wanted proof of aliens. He is getting far more proof than the paperwork will comfortably hold. Number 17 is now completely intoxicated. During the chaos, he stumbles out through Dave's ear and drops straight into Dooley's coffee. One tiny alien has escaped the ship, although his choice of landing zone could have been better. Gina and Josh reach Dave before he leaves, but he passes them without a word. They do not know that the captain is locked away and someone else is controlling the body. To Josh, his friend has simply turned cold at the worst possible moment. More patrol cars surround Dave outside. Number 2 fires again, flipping one vehicle into the air and nearly crushing an officer. The destruction only entertains him. What he does not enjoy is the power warning now flashing across the ship. The battery is dropping fast, so Number 2 orders Number 3 to guide them toward the Statue of Liberty. She is no longer at her station. Instead, she has slipped down to the holding area, knocked out the guard, and freed the captain. Together, they plan to regain control before Number 2 can use the orb. Their escape does not last. More guards corner them, march them back to the command deck, and wait for the new captain's punishment. Number 2 chooses the most direct solution. He orders both of them expelled from the ship. A hatch opens, blasting the captain and Number 3 out through Dave's nose. They land in a city built for people thousands of times larger than they are. For the first time, they see New York without Dave protecting them. A sidewalk becomes open terrain. An ordinary curb looks like a wall, and every approaching shoe carries enough weight to end their mission permanently. Their first obstacle is a basketball slamming down beside them. They sprint toward a lamppost before it can flatten them, only for a curious dog to start sniffing at their hiding place. Being an alien commander was much easier when the entire planet could not step on him. They run again, and a leaf blower launches them in opposite directions. The captain lands on the sidewalk. Number 3 hits the street, where one foot becomes stuck in a piece of chewing gum. The captain races back as a taxi barrels toward her. There is no time to pull her free, so both aliens press themselves flat against the pavement. The tire passes over them, and the tiny gap in its tread is just large enough to spare their lives. Once they are clear, they spot Dave moving down the street. The captain grabs a drifting plastic bag, and the two ride it through the air toward the ship. Their improvised flight works until the bag meets the windshield of a city bus. Both aliens stick to the glass. A windshield wiper sweeps them away and throws them onto Dave's shoe. They cling to it and begin climbing, while every step shakes their entire route like a moving building. Inside, Number 2 orders Dave to move faster. The ship has too little power left for a long walk, so Dave steps into traffic and stops a moving cab with one hand. He gets inside and tells the stunned driver to head for the Statue of Liberty. Their invasion now depends on a taxi. Back at the station, Knox calls for backup. Dooley reaches for his coffee and finally notices Number 17 floating inside the cup. The tiny crew member explains the ship, the orb, and Number 2's takeover. Dooley's alien theory was right, but even he did not not expect the evidence to arrive with caffeine. Dooley listens to number 17 and agrees to help him. Gina, Josh, and their friend Mark also begin searching for Dave. Josh believes his friend is in trouble and joins the search. Dave reaches Liberty Island, the same place where he first landed. Number 2 carries the orb toward the water. His plan is to release it into the ocean, drain the salt, and complete the mission before the ship dies. The crew warns him that removing so much salt could destroy Earth's natural balance. Number 2 does not care. Saving Nil is all that matters to him, even if an entire planet has to pay the price. By now, the captain and number 3 have climbed back inside and reached the engine room. They activate a secondary control system just as Dave raises the orb. One arm grabs the other, stopping the throw inches before it happens. From the outside, Dave appears to be wrestling with himself. Inside, 2 command systems fight for the same body. Number 2 forces one arm forward while the captain pulls it back, and the orb slips from Dave's hand. It falls into the ocean. The device activates immediately. Water spirals around it, and a massive vortex begins forming beside the island. What started as a missing object in a fishbowl is now pulling at an entire sea. The captain rushes back to the command deck and orders number 2 out of his chair. Number 2 tries to resist, but the crew has seen what his plan will do. This time, they stand with their real captain. The mutiny collapses, and number 2 is locked in a compartment near the rear of the ship. Stopping him does not stop the orb. It continues drawing in seawater, and Dave has only enough power for one final move. The crew can use that energy to retrieve the device, but doing so will leave them without the fuel needed to fly home. The captain does not hesitate. Earth is no longer just a planet on a mission chart. Its people fed them, protected them, and shared what little they had. They showed the crew that survival is not the only thing worth choosing. The crew agrees. Every remaining unit of power is routed into Dave's left arm. He generates a magnetic pull strong enough to rip the orb out of the vortex and bring it back to his hand. With the ocean released, Dave throws the orb high into space, where it can no longer harm either world. The vortex collapses and the water settles. Earth is safe, but the effort drains the ship completely. Dave freezes on the island. Gina, Josh, and Mark arrive and find him standing motionless. Dooley and Knox reach the scene with number 17. Knox still sees a dangerous suspect and raises his weapon, while Dave's powerless shield offers no protection at all. Josh remembers what happened in the hospital. Before Knox can fire, the boy grabs an officer's taser and shocks Dave. Electricity surges through the ship. Consoles light up. The engines restart, and an entire alien crew celebrates the first successful emergency repair performed by a middle schooler. Dave's mouth opens as an upper hatch, and the captain steps outside. Gina and Josh finally see one of the people who have been operating their friend all along. The captain explains that Dave is their ship and that they came to Earth searching for the orb. He thanks Josh for his courage and for saving the crew. He also thanks Gina. Her kindness taught him why human feelings matter, and it helped him understand what he feels for number 3. A mission that began with taking something from Earth has given their people something they never knew they were missing. Dooley returns number 17, who emerges from Dave's pocket and asks not to be left behind. With the crew reunited, the ship prepares to leave. For a moment, it appears that Dave will simply blast off and carry everyone back to Neil. The FBI arrives before that can happen. Agents throw a giant containment net over Dave and surround the body. After surviving traffic, a mutiny, and a planet-ending whirlpool, the spaceship has finally been defeated by a very large net. The crew still has one escape option. They transfer into a shoe-shaped lifeboat attached to Dave's foot and launch it into the sky. The empty main ship remains trapped below, along with number 2 in his compartment. Gina and Josh watch the tiny craft rise above New York and wave goodbye. The visitors came for Earth's ocean, nearly destroyed it, and left without any salt at all. Their shoe-shaped ship climbs higher until their unlikely new friends disappear into the sky.